Hello, my name is Valentin, and today we'll review the OpenEDR project. This is not about the source code, it's about the agent and how you'll be able to test the engine in your environment. We will review how you can create a free account on the enterprise platform, how you can install it on a Windows machine, and a small test to see the capabilities of the agent. To start, you can go to the webpage www.openedr.com and click on Get Started. On the registration page, you will need to provide your name, email address, a strong password, a phone number, and after that, you can click on Create an account. Now that the account is created, we can log into the platform. Please use the email address and the password previously provided and log in. Please set up the two-factor authentication in order to continue. Please wait for your account to be created. And once it's created, you will be able to follow the wizard to add your first endpoint to the platform. You can choose Don't Show Next Time and click on Next. Please copy the URL and decide later how you would like to continue. The wizard is showing what are the steps in order to download and install the agent on the device. And finish. Please click Close to finish. Let's go to Assets, Devices. Now that we have access to the portal, we can create a package for the communication client. This is the first package that needs to be installed on a Windows device. So let's see the options. You can start the wizard from an old device. You can specify that this is for a Windows device. You can specify that it's only for enrollment and click on Next. Now the URL is created. You can copy the URL or you can send it to the email address that was selected previously. So if you want to send it by default to a specific user, first you will need to create an account and you will be able to send this link to that user directly from the platform. For now, let's click Finish to see the other options. The other option is to use the bulk installation package section, and you can download the installer, and once the MSI is downloaded, you'll be able to move it to the device by any means. So please, as you can see, in the MSI name, you will have a code. So you have EM underscore and the code, and after that installer and operating system Win7, Win11. Now, please do not rename the MSI package, because without the code, the package will not know how to communicate with your account. Let's continue. So this is the default installer. If you want, you can go to customizable package section. From this section, you have more options about the user, where the endpoint will be enrolled, and of course, if you like to create an exe instead of an MSI by combining it with the EDR package or with the security package. For this, we will just click on download installer. And again, you have the MSI package. As you can see, the code is different. So each time when you download the MSI file, the code will be different. First time when you install the communication client, the platform will ask you to install also the security. For our purpose, you can click on remind me later, because we would like to install only the EDR agent. For our testing, I have installed multiple devices to have some data in the system. Now that we have some endpoints added in the system, let's see how we can install the OpenEDR agent on a virtual machine. First step is to go to Enroll Device section and create a new communication package. So we'll choose only just enroll, click Next, and we have the URL for the MSI package. Let's copy the URL and go to our test machine. Before we download the package, let's go back to the device list so we'll be able to see when the endpoint is enrolled. So assets, devices. Oh, we are already in the devices. Let's click on device list and go back to our machine. Download the package. As a note, this is an MSI package. In our test, we will just double click on the package and install it. But being an MSI can be deployed with multiple tools like the default one, group policy. Let's continue. Perfect. So now the endpoint is enrolled. Basically, when it's saying that it's enrolled, two actions have happened. First, the package, the application was installed on the endpoint, and the second, he was able to communicate with our servers and add this endpoint in the device list section. So let's confirm. And we do a refresh. And here it is. Because this machine I have used it in the tape for testing. Let's rename it. We'll refresh the device list section. So now everything that will be generated will be under the new name. Now that we are able to manage the test machine, we will be able to install the OpenEDR package on it. The package can be installed from the platform using the Install or Manage Package section. So select your device, click on Install or Manage Package section, install additional Xcelium packages, install Xcelium client EDR, For our test, we will force the reboot in 5 minutes and click install. As you can see, the command has been sent. The installation was silent, and because the force reboot was selected, the endpoint will need to be rebooted. Let's do a reboot. If we go back in the portal, we'll be able to refresh and we'll be able to see that the EDR is now installed. At any time during the package installation, you'll be able to go to MSI installation state and see the state of the install. As you can see, the MSI package was successfully installed on the device. Now we are able to test the EDR package and see his capabilities. Let's start a small test. In the portal, the OpenEDR section is under Security, Endpoint Security. Once installed, the EDR agent will generate events on the endpoint. These events are sent to our platform, and based on the policy, will generate alerts. So let's review the policy that is used to generate all these alerts. By default, you will have a predefined policy associated with the account. Please remember, you are not able to modify the predefined policy. If you want to change it, add new rules, remove rules, you will need to create your own policy. As you can see, the predefined policy will trigger alerts for process events, registry events, file events, download events. Let's actually see them. Upload events, event process events, and network events. Being a predefined policy, you will not be able to make any changes. You will only be able to see what you have inside of the policy. So let's create a policy. Now that you have created your own policy, you'll be able to activate it. So mainly to replace the default policy, or of course if you want to delete it. Because this is your own policy, because you have created this policy, you will be able to edit any rule. So now we have access to, if we go back to the system user, or let's say system information, for example, the task list one, and we'll be able to make changes, the tactic, technique, and of course we'll be able to add a new rule for this section. So if we have selected the process, we'll be able to create a rule for the process events. The technique is associated with the tactic. So first you will need to select the tactic in order to unlock the technique. The same thing you have for the file events, for the registry events, download events, and so on. Basically, each rule will be for the category that you choose. For now, we will delete this because it was just to show you that you have the option to create rules and replace the default policy for the alerts. In the investigate event search, we'll be able to see all the events that are sent by the agent. So the idea is the following. Once the agent is installed on the machine, he will generate events for the category select that you have seen in the alert. Now, all these events are sent to our servers, and based on the policy, we'll generate the alerts. So if you want to monitor a specific item, add clone the predefined alert, and after that, of course, add or remove the rules as you see fit. Let's start our example. In my example, I use commands in order to trigger different alerts. So that's why command line. It's because of this, I select the command line to be easier to identify the command used. And now on our machine, let's open a command prompt, a CMD window, and let's just run the two commands that we have seen in the by default in the alerts. Basically, we know that these two commands will generate alerts, and these commands are PMI and the task list. Let's see the result. So first will be task list, and second will be the PMI. Now these two commands have run on the machine. Let's go on the platform and see the result. And here it is. So if when you click on search, you will be able to refresh. So as you can see, the two commands have been sent to us. You'll be able to see them in the command line. And let's expand in order to see the information gathered. In this section, in the investigate section, we will be able to look for specific items. For example, we know that we have used the PMI command. Let's see all the events provided by the EDR associated with this command. So to see if this command was used on different devices or only on this device. Let's see the result. So here it is. Not only that this command was used on the last endpoint that we have just installed, was previously used on different endpoints, on other endpoints, on different dates. So this is how you can use the investigate section to have a better visibility of your environment. For the selected event, we'll be able to see the timeline, exactly what happened. We'll be able to see the preview. So in this section, for example, we can see not only that it's who am I, but also we can see the task list. Now, as you can see, because we have these commands in the predefined policy, these two alerts are triggered. So the first alert, and we see more information about the why this alert is present. The same thing we'll be able to see for the second, for the system information discovery. Of course, any alert, depending of what you'll decide, you will be able to suppress it based on the options available. Also, you will be able to report it as false positive. So let's go back to the investigate section. And this time, let's see how the agent will be able to gather the information without the predefined uh, rules. So I will copy just a small app on the device. Let's start the app. The app is very simple app. First, we'll be able to let's say send a command from CMD hello world. Let's see how if the agent will be able to see it. Let's refresh. Let's add again the command because I'm using a command that I like to identify. And here they are. So just a hello world random number. We know the application is the test. And we know that he has used this command. Now, of course, for this, we don't have an alert to be triggered for this. So yes, the event is sent, but if the alert is not predefined, so basically to look for it, the system will not create any new alerts. So this was that for the command. Let's see how it will behave if this application will create a script and we'll run the script. Let's run it just to create more events. Let's refresh. So because we are looking again for commands, let's add it. And here it is. The random bat that was created, random script. If we are going back, let's see that in the event you are also able to see the script itself by click here to show. So even if we didn't run it, we'll still be able to see what was the actual script created. Because we don't have any alerts by default, of course, no new alert will be generated. In our third example, we will use a PowerShell command to create an ACAR file. Let's see how the EDR agent will behave. This is the command. Let's refresh the portal. Of course, we are looking for another command. We need to add this. And here it is. And we are going to the alerts. We have an alert created because for this type of behavior, it's already predefined. In the last example, we will use again a PowerShell command, connect outside. So nothing special, nothing malicious. Let's see how what the EDR agent will do. Let's refresh. And let's search for the command. And here it is, the PowerShell one. Again, to accumulate and see if this was run on only on this endpoint or multiple endpoints. As we can see, this was run previously on 3 endpoints. If we are going to the process timeline for a specific item, we'll be able to see exactly what happened, and also if we go to the tree view. As you can see, this is associated with also with the file, with the bad file. If you are going to for the file itself, we see it present on 3 endpoints. As we can see, the file have been previously uploaded to our server, and he has already a rating. Until now we had only the EDR agent. Let's install also the security package. We can do this by selecting the endpoint, go to install or manage packages, install additional Xcelium packages, install the security. Of course, you can force the reboot and click on the install. The command has been sent. Let's see how this will reflect on the endpoint. Okay, the reboot is requested. Okay, refresh. Everything is enabled. Like in the EDR case, if we are going to MSI installation state section and go to details, we are able to see that the MSI was installed correctly on the endpoint. Let's add back the application. We will not update the AVDB. Let's start it without it. The application it's running because it's already trusted. And let's try to directly create the AVCAR file. It's a command done by PowerShell that is creating the file. As you can see, so please observe the green border over the PowerShell window. This means that right now the PowerShell is running in the virtual environment. Basically, the file will no will not be created. Okay, let's verify this on the portal. If we are going back to the endpoint security section, let's refresh. Let's wait for a second and let's try again. As you can see, the EDR alert for PowerShell execution has already been created. Let's go back to, here it is. But let's go to the contained section because we have the containment now installed. This is from the previous. Let's refresh, clear the cache. And here it is. So because the containment is present, the command was not actually run, was transforming the TS1 script and run inside of the virtual environment. Let's go to the endpoint and confirm this. Here it is the path. And if we are viewing this by editing, we'll be able to see the command. Why we have this behavior? Because a third party, in our case the application, is starting a PowerShell command. So basically that PowerShell command will be transformed in a script, and that script will run inside of the virtual environment. If we are going back to the alert section, now instead of the EDR, we'll be able to see the containment alerts. The goal of this review is to create an account, show you how you can install it on a machine, on a Windows machine, show some commands in order to be able to identify how the rules are working, what events are sent to us, how the alerts are triggered, how we'll be able to create alerts, how we'll be able to modify the predefined alerts, and very general, how the EDR agent can provide more visibility of your environment. Thank you very much for your time. See you in the next video.